if I were to tell you right now that this was not a medium-sized piece, it was a small piece of rope.
Wow.
And that this was just a medium-sized piece of rope. And this was a really long piece of rope. That's what an illusion looks like. Now, if I was to walk out and have the ropes like this would look weird and stupid. But if I would take the ropes and hold them like this, you remember at the very beginning we started off with one medium-sized piece of rope, two medium-sized pieces of rope. In fact, all three were the same size. Thank you. So let's see. I need to borrow a couple of people. Let's get a couple of people to come up. There's those two people right there. Perfect. Give them a big round of applause. Come on. Perfect. Hi, what's your name? Sebastian. Sebastian, just stand over here. And what's your name? Marina. Is it Marina? Yeah. Beautiful name. Marina, just stand right up here. Sebastian, just stand right here on the trap door. Perfect. A little closer, please. Just kidding. I'm going to show you what magician. This is an old classic illusion. It's come on in, you guys. This is called the cut and restored illusion. It uses a piece of rope. It uses a pair of scissors, and we're going to cut the rope. And I'm going to ask you to hold this end. And Sebastian, would you hold that end, please? Good, good. And I'll get the scissors here. Here they are. Okay, got them here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the picture. Hey. Oh, sure, I turned my back for 1 second and you guys are doing the magic. Wait. It's okay, I have some more rope. It's a good thing. I've got more rope here. Take a look at that. Make sure there's no trapdoors or mirrors or bunnies in there. Would you hold on to the rope and give that a little pull? Make sure it's real rope. I have no idea what fake rope looks like. You can let go of that. And we're going to find just about the middle. I think that is about the middle. Good. And we're going to mark the center. Would you hold on to that? Perfect. Now, a lot of people, I don't know how many of you have ever heard of a magician. He was named Harry Houdini. He was one of the greatest magicians and escape artists who ever lived. And what happens is he would be tied up in hundreds of feet of rope and chain, put inside a bag or a box filled with water, and he was going to escape. And we're going to take Sebastian. We're going to tie him up, put him inside the box of water. Well, you want to do it? Okay, cool. You want me to do it? You're crazy. Now, I marked the middle of the ropes because I'm going to put it behind my head. Now, if the ropes were to go over my head, that would be like a flag waving in front of a bull. It would be pretty obvious. So, we're going to keep me honest. I'm going to ask you just gently hold the ropes there. Come close. Perfect. Now, drop one of the ends. Just one of them. Just one of them. Yep. You drop one. Good. Now, listen carefully. Do not pull the rope, or this will be the last trick I do. It would be very dangerous. So hold on to that. Hold on to that. I'm serious. This can be very dangerous. So don't do this. Would you hold on to this? I am a trained psychopath, so it's okay for me. Now, squeeze that tightly. 2 hands. Good. Now, you can imagine this is Houdini. He's all tied up. There's no way he could escape. But because he was behind a bag or inside a box, no one ever knew how he did it. So for the first time ever, you're going to see exactly how Houdini escaped. Are you ready? On the count of 3, that's this many, you guys are going to pull. Okay, so squeeze tight. Okay. 1! I'll do the counting. 2! You've got insurance, right? No, you don't. It's a good thing one of our sponsors is the Cooperators. And First Nation Bank of Canada, they could hand out the money. Now, here we go. I'm going to plug my ears so you don't hear me scream. That makes no sense. Are you ready? 1, 2, 2.5. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, pull now.
Whoa!
And that's exactly how Houdini escaped. Thank you so so much. Thank you so much. Give them a big round of applause. I'm going to show you what I think is probably the smallest magic illusion in the world. And it just uses my handkerchief and a hand. I take the handkerchief and I wave it up and down. It gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until it gets so small. Now when I reach into my pocket, now I haven't done anything yet. We have skeptics over here. Now this is the magician's wand or magic marker. It comes in later on. And you take the handkerchief and you wave it up and down. It gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until it gets so small that when I go into my pocket and pull out the little magician's magic wand and give it a little tap, not only does the handkerchief get so small that you cannot see it, but it changes into something else. An egg. Now, 2,000 years ago, that would have looked like a miracle. But I can tell by your thunderous applause. Save it up, I have a week finish. I'm going to show everyone here how to do this little magic trick so you can do it and fool all your friends who weren't smart enough to come tonight. Okay. So, magicians call this a fake egg. That's because it's got a hole in it where the handkerchief goes. Oh yeah, now it's not such a hot trick, right? But I'm going to show you how to do it. I'll show you how to do it. You take the fake egg and you place it in the palm of your hand. Now technically, all magicians call this placing the fake egg in the palm of your hand. Then you take the handkerchief and you start pushing it inside the fake egg. And technically we call this stuffing the egg. And a lot of people say, well, where do you get those fake eggs from? These are actually laid by decoys. Fake chickens. Now the magic wand doesn't do anything, but they only know about the handkerchief. So you say it's about to change. And now they're ready for something to happen. And this is the important part. This is where you have to take the fake egg and turn it around so the hole is facing you. If you don't do that, they will see the hole and the trick will look stupid. So you see it now, ladies and gentlemen, it's turned into an egg, and they cheer and scream. They cheer and scream. But there's a problem, because every once in a while you get some smart aleck kid who says, why don't you crack the egg? And then you're in trouble. And technically we call that being in big doo-doo. But if you were a real magician, you could do this. Watch.
Whoa!
Thank you very much. Let's see, we need someone else to help me. Let's get one of the ladies. Let's get a lady. Let's get this, one of the moms. An older lady. So, we got someone else? Someone else waiting in the back? Sure, come on up. Way in the back. Come on. I'm looking at you. There she is. Give her a big round of applause. Your birthday? Sila, thank you very much for coming. Sila, come on right over here. Right there.
Yep.
You and I are going to do an extraordinary illusion. Extraordinary. You know why it's extraordinary? Because it uses an egg. The jokes don't get any better, I'm sorry. Okay. We're going to put the egg in the bag. And this is going to be your trick. You're going to learn how to do this, okay? So, feel the egg. Feel the egg. Don't break the egg. Just hold on to it for a second. Go. Let's go. Okay. So you got the egg? Okay, now you can let go. Now, you're going to take the egg in just a second. You're going to throw it in the air. It's going to disappear from the bag. Put your hand inside. Anything in there? Feel. Nothing. Pull it inside out. Good. And push your hands in, get all the corners, make sure there's nothing in there, nothing. So you're going to put your fingers on the inside and your thumbs on the outside. Then you're going to let go with the left hand. You're going to grab the egg right there. and you're going to throw it in the bag and go whoosh. You got to do the whoosh. And then you're going to reach into the bag and pull out the egg, and they're going to go crazy. They're going to go crazy. I know you've never done magic before, so I'll do it in slow motion and I'll help you, okay? In slow motion, here we go. The egg goes in the bag. Fill the egg. Mix, good. One. Real time, all right. Feel the bag. Put your hand inside the bag. Nothing. Pull it inside out. Go inside there and pull it. Okay. You can do that right there. And push your hand in. Get all the corners. Good. Now, you're going to take your fingers on the inside, thumbs on the outside. Okay. Good. Hold it tight. Now, take the bag. Go closer. Yep. Look inside the bag. Any egg? No egg. So, hold it with your right hand. Go with your left. Good. Grab the egg, right there. Now, put it in the bag. Good. Now do the whoosh. You gotta say the sound. Good. Now you put your hand inside, and you pull out the egg, and they go crazy! Thank you very much. Come on, give it up!
You're slaying with me in my arc.
Okay,
If we talk about 1 minute.
now I've been very lucky. I've been able to travel all over the world performing, and in 1977 we did our very first world tour. We started off in Kenya, Africa, and I was in a casino in Nairobi for 4.5 months with a real big show with people appearing and disappearing and floating in the air. Now, while I was there, every time we came out of the theater, we used to see all these street magicians. There was magicians and jugglers and fire eaters, but the man I remember the most had 2 sticks and a string. And I didn't understand because